Alright, this ridiculous music is going to continue as we go on to the next story quest called A Satrap's Duty, given to us by Y'shtola. We are still in the Weaver's Warding in Alzadal's Legacy Dungeon, but I'm sure we'll get out of here soon. Cutscene. Level 90, by the way. Once Nidhana succeeds in replicating the Malkatamos, this door into the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor than yours, she says to Estinian. To be honest, I've no interest in visiting the void myself. Might we discuss this later? There is something I must do first. He walks off. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding skill can be effective at protecting the bear from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemists who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? My options are Garland Ironworks, or the Alligans, or I'm not sure. I don't remember. Well, I can't think of all the things like Sid and his crew have done for us. So I don't know if this falls into their realm. The Alligans. Yeah. I'm not sure. Not sure? What of Garland Ironworks then? They may have an engineer free to assist us. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Rhalgr's Reach, and commission their best and brightest. You just keep trying to spend my gil. Oh, you got me there. Thank you. That's nice of you. I didn't have to spend any money to get here. I love that. I can mount in here too. Hey, Wedge. What's your little questy thing? Wedge and Biggs. What's up, boys? Hunt for Omega. I remember that a little bit. I'll take things I will eventually do but haven't done yet. I will do the Omega stuff. I will do a lot of these once I get, well, probably when I'm capped. Done with this current story, but we'll see. It would not be a bad way to level up one of these classes that I'm working on. To do the Omega quest line, to do whatever else. We're talking to a junior Ironworks engineer here. Mercy, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you and your president, actually, assuming he's available. Master Sid? Certainly. I'll see if he has a moment free. He will for us, bud. He gets on his link pearl. Nods his head. Cutscene. I mean, come on, it's us. Sid walks out of, well, basically from right behind where this engineer is stationed. Just a big opening in a wall. A couple big openings side by side, really. A pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. What did I do? What did I click on just now? Whoops. That's weird. I didn't know my cursor was over there. Very strange. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Meteon and that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. It seems some manner of corrosion is set in around a scratch on its surface, much as the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds. In which case, our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. You know how we might achieve, and how might we achieve that? Wow, horrible. Sorry. We have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. I cocked my head at that, like, what? Armor? We'll construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity, so as not to impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armor, as you said. Nero has compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Yeah, I'm aware. We already have it scheduled. Okay, whatever. Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. Ha! The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. I knew there was a Jessie here still, or with them. I remember seeing her. I think we can leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nidhana is getting on with the Malkatamos. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use my return to go to Old Charlie and use the experimental. I mean, 700 gil is really nothing, but I didn't get this much money by spending it frivolously. Yo, you wanna be a miser? That's a Red Hot Chili Pepper song, isn't it? Do you wanna be a miser? I can't remember what the words are. Hold on. I might think of it when I least expect it. Yes, teleport me. Thank you. Come on, everybody, we're gonna think of the miser. Some died, I don't wanna be a miser. Yeah, I don't know. That's the song, I just can't think of the words. So we took Ethernet over to Nidhana's place in the Great Works. Or at least this is where she's stationed now, if this hasn't always been where she has been. Cutscene.
Ah, hey Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
I was gonna say this would be a good cutscene for voice acting, and yay.
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components. And I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos.
There are 3 stacks of papers. I would say 1¼ feet, 1½ feet, and probably a full 2 feet tall.
I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
Does Harnish mean the elephant people?
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
He looks
My
kind of...
sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm.
Looks kind of downtrodden, but, you know, he's speaking of his sister again, so why would he not be? I don't mean that in a derisive way, like, oh, he's talking about his sister again. Just, you know, it's not a fun subject for him, as it shouldn't be, obviously, but... All right. And, oh, why do you do that? I don't like the differences in these things, but... Alright, we're back, sorry.
It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am Satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Sir Estinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
So, you know, whether or not it made sense for, like, this is the first time I've known of a dragon making a simulacrum, or simulacra, or whatever. It hasn't happened in this game before this, I believe. I believe anytime we've seen a dragon that actually looked like one of us, they transformed. They weren't like a model of clay that they can inhabit from afar. However, it is very cool for this this part of the storyline especially, that they made, well, the game writers, the developers, whatever, decided to make Varshahn, because the expressions of a little boy, facial expressions of a little boy, are much more moving than the very hard to read expressions of a big dragon. So it kind of gives some weight to the story. It gives a weight to his sadness, especially speaking as a little boy of his sadness missing his big sister. Like, whether or not that's the intention, or at least part of the intention behind the game developers deciding to write Varshahn into this whole thing, like, bravo. I think it's a really good choice. And especially in like scenes like this where he's like got the excitement of a young boy, like, what? I can see my sister, I can help, you know.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshahn.
Heyo. He takes a knee in
You are
front of the
wearing
boy.
that face, after all.
Yeah, so he's speaking to Varshahn, not Vitra.
As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all.
Except he's a really old dragon. But yeah, okay, it's fine, whatever. See, like, again, the little boy.
And if you are family, then so too is your sister.
Yeah, the young boy shocked face. Wider eyes,
We are there for you if you need us.
open mouth.
But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
In come the accountants as well, I believe. Or whatever they're called here. Is that the gal who rules? No,
We
never mind.
will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Step on through to the other side. Some cheering, some fist pumping. Estinian comes in with the young boy.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy.
Murad, the boy who was helping the bad merchant, and then his sister.
And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
I look to Estinian, who looks back. Gives a nod and a smile. A little smile. I smile, a little smile back. Look back to Varshahn. My options are: to protect them well, you must take heart. What the fuck does that mean? Or will you wallow in uncertainty forever? That's rude. So I'm gonna use the first one, which doesn't make any sense to me. To protect them well, you must take heart. Take heart. Throw heart out of window. Take heart. Have heart. Care for heart. Stupid.
Take heart and protect them well.
Is that something that somebody has said to me before this? Oh.
Such were the words I once said to you.
Ah, okay.
And here I stand,
Sorry.
failing to live up to them.
Yeah, I don't know things or stuff.
If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzatan.
I disagree. I think you protected Razatan as much as you could, so with or without a torn heart. But my character nods. Sorry.
My people, I have come to a decision. Varshahn will depart Thavne for a time.
Is Varshahn a capable fighter? Can Varshahn transform into Vitra?
My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the Satrap's most essential duties.
What? Okay, whatever. I don't get it. It's fine.
While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention.
Do you have a lot of powers as Varshahn?
I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
They cheer, fist bumps.
Take care and fair fortune,
or
little brother.
pumps. Who knows?
Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
If Varshahn is killed, does that actually matter? It's a simulacrum. Like, Vritra is still Vritra, even if Varshahn is gone, but I suppose the people would miss the presence of Varshahn. So that's something. You just make a new one. It's Vritra's soul inside of Varshahn, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it goes in this game. I know. I don't know, dude. We're getting into the ethics of, do clones have souls, or it's not even exactly a clone. Okay, whatever. Anyway, talk to Y'shtola to continue. You surprise me, Estinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vritra reach this conclusion. 'Twas for the greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had travelers believing the place was racked. The palace had travelers believing the palace racked by some unnatural storm. Varshahn is like taken aback by that. What of your own answer then? You seemed disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage. and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Ratatosker's death. I would not wish such upon. I would not wish such upon an. Sorry. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there is a chance we can spare Vreach for that pain, then I will follow you. My options are an unusual crew we have here, or any other former scions we should call on, or just the four of us. Got I can be tank or healer. Yashtol's a nuker. Estinian's a frontline melee. Varshahn is I don't have a clue. Nidhana's not going with us, right? Any other former scions we should call on? I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. We four should be sufficient for our purpose. Now, on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. 'Twould be more convenient had we some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Megaduta. Can I teleport there? It's like over here, right? $2.15 to do that. Or... yeah. Just teleport 2:15 to Razathan. Ethernet warp. And then take the Ethernet in Razathan over to Megaduta. And we'll speak with Varshahn, Estinian, and Y'shtola outside of the gate to end the quest with a cutscene. Varshahn is explaining something to the guard outside. And so we will require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. He gives us a salute and walks off. The attendant, not Varshahn. As you heard, we will have you settled in Megaduta in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Azdaya, providing comfort. So it's spelled A-Z Delta A-J-A, so every once in a while I have to remember that's an I, because it was pronounced that way from the voice actors. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. On that note, I will return to the great work and lend what help I can to Nidhana. If you've preparations to make ere we venture into the 13th, now's the time. This is a dungeon. It's probably a dungeon, but I don't know yet. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with a radiant host to pass the time before we depart. And Estinian walks off as well. You know what this means to me, Mercy, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. Cutscene pans up, goes black, and a Satrap's duty is complete. I don't need to choose. Oh wait, I do have to choose. Okay. Direct hit, critical. Yeah, crit. Sure, obviously. So crit plus 12 materia for whatever I want to do it on. As long as it has an open slot, obviously. Meanwhile, in the 13th, we see that landscape again, some stalagmites of rock just branching out and up. We have the broken bridge, we have the dark red roiling portal, black red roiling portal that is the humanoid form with the big barrel chest and the scythe and armor of bone and like black bone. Cape tattered at the end, black cape. There's like a dome that this thing looks kind of like death, like the image of death floating. And the face has hands protruding from where the ears might be that cover the eyes.
And thus I am returned.
And thus I am returned. There's this black halo floating above the head, like
To this world, bereft of
to
saviors.
this world bereft of saviors. That left arm is the glowing red, black. He looks up into this void that had like this that becomes less void-like. Now it's all cloud. Interesting. Cool. All right, so in search of Azdaia. All right, I will do the next quest shortly. I gotta make this into a video. Well, post it and do all that stuff. But I will see you soon for the next one.